Hi everyone, it's Elaine at Anabellas. Welcome back for Market Moments, episode number 2. I'm very excited that you're here this evening. Tonight we're just going to go over all of the new Nashville previews that have come out this past week since we last met. So grab a piece of paper and a pencil, maybe your favorite beverage. We'll spend about 20 minutes together right now, and I'm going to jump right in so we can get started. The first thing I'm going to remind you about is that we are wrapping up our registration for our Aftermarket Madness event. If you go to the website at anabellas.net and you just click free post-market madness event, that's going to take you to the registration page. This is a free event. We're all going to be shopping and buying all kinds of goodies, at Nashville Market. And I thought it would be fun to get together on Saturday the 29th from 12 to 5. This is a free event. We can sit and stitch. I'll share with you all of the things that I bring back from Nashville that are not going to be available for pre-order, as well as some other goodies. We'll play some games, win some prizes, and hopefully just kind of, relax a little bit after a very, very busy month or so. So go ahead and just fill this form out. That just lets me know that you're going to be attending. I am going to be cutting this off as I can only hold a certain number of people. So I want to be able to get that behind me before we get ready to go to Nashville. Actually, I can't believe it's in a week or so. Okay, let's pop right over now to the Etsy shop, and let me talk to you about that for a quick minute. I really had every intention of having the ability to have you shop on both the website and on Etsy, but it's just been too busy. So we've streamlined it. Right now, if you just shop on Etsy, everything will be there. If you go to the website and you click a link right here, I'll give you an example. We'll just click this link for Annie B's, and it's just going to take you directly to all of Annie B's charts right on our in our Etsy shop. So don't hesitate to go to either place, but just know you'll be checking out on Etsy. Okay, let's jump right into this. Since we last met, Heart and Hand released all of her newest items. So I'm going to go to Heart and Hand. And let's get started. First, we have this adorable ABC strawberries. It's actually called sweet strawberries. The stitch count on this is, see second photo for details. So on the second photo, 73 by 73. It's a really cute little stitch. I love it. It's a great little stitch you could finish up very quickly. I like the way that she has this framed. It's just very, very sweet. Then next, everybody's been waiting for Tiny Town, and there you go. We have a brand new Tiny Town. This is her Nativity Tiny Town. Here's a close-up. Look at how cute. We've got the little sheep and the donkeys. We have the angel with her horn. Of course, the nativity scene itself, and then some houses and buildings that surround, the little town of Bethlehem. So this is the same stitch count as all of the other tiny houses. No, tiny houses. I'm tired. Tiny towns. Tiny towns. So the stitch count is the same. It's 176 by 30, stitched on 32 count Boston linen by Seraphim Fabrics. But just love it. Another little tiny town. And then, of course, she did do a little frill. So here is your nativity frill. Just the three wise men bringing gifts to Jesus. And this is very tiny at 40 by 30, stitched on the same fabric by Seraphim Fabrics. Next, we have Doodle Makers. That is actually not a Nashville Market release, but we have this one. This one is called Stitch and Maker. So these are two cute little smalls. You could finish them off just as she did in these cute little pillows. They measure 31 by 38 each. They're just adorable. So that is available. Try to scoot that. I can't scoot that. Okay. Then we have from Heart and Hand. She has her frill. This is her blooming frill. So if you remember, she did come out with Heart and Hand, the blooming Tiny Town. So now we have blooming frill. So that's adorable. I love the little Easter bunny. So you can take a peek at that. And then we have, where do we have? Here we go. The dogwood. This is just so beautiful. Look at this. This is her heart and hand dogwoods in the round. This is finished off on one of her heartware bowls. 32 count summer khaki Belfast linen, which is available at Yarn Tree. And I believe it is also available in our Etsy shop if you want to check it out there. And then let me type this in real quick. Then we have this beautiful bumblebee etchings, just nice and bright, stitched on 36 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. The stitch count is 121 by 65. So just very, very sweet bumblebee etchings by Heart and Hand. Then next, what I'm going to share with you tonight is the new releases by Brenda Gervais. So let's type in 2025, Brenda Gervais, from With Thy Needle and Thread. And here we go. We're going to kick it off right now with The Earth Laughs. So this is a beautiful sampler. Here's a close-up. As you can see, these colors are very soft. This has a stitch count of 193 by 107. It was stitched on 36 count Dusty Road by Seraphim Fabrics. Then we have Hop into Spring. Again, just a beautiful palette. I love these blues. They're just gorgeous. This was finished off on a board by 141, Chantel at 141. I'm sure that you can find it on her website at 141 Designs, I believe. Now this was stitched on 36 count Pyrite by Cedar River Linens. That is, I wonder if they're going to be at Nashville. It would be nice to find another company that sells these beautiful cloths. It's just gorgeous. So here we go again. Hop into Spring. Mirror images of both, but very, very beautiful. Then a daily reminder, be good and do good. So here is Be Good and Do Good. I love this chocolate fabric. It is actually called Arborel by Cedar River Linens once again. And here is another close-up of that. Just very, very pretty. Then we have, she has two sets of trios. The first one is her spring trio. So you're going to receive these 3 adorable charts for spring. Here's a close-up of one of the motifs, as you can see. Here's a close-up of another. This is the rabbit. And these little pillows finish off at 4 1/4 by 3 7/8. She stitched these on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R Reproductions. I love these trios. And someone asked me if she was going to come out with fall and winter, and I said that I assume she will, but don't make any promises. But I would think that she'll come out with those as we get closer to those 2 seasons. Let me hop on over to here to the summer trio. Very, very pretty. Love this fabric. Makes those colors just pop. This is 36 count Spindrift by Cedar River Linens. Finishes off at 4 1/4 by 3 7/8. Here's a couple of close-ups. Look at how pretty those strawberries are. Again, that fabric just makes those colors pop. Very, very pretty. Okay, and then we have this adorable spring swan. If you've been following along or stitching Brenda swans, this is her latest. Just adorable with the little chicks sitting on top of the Easter eggs. Here's a close-up of the swan herself. Very, very pretty. This was stitched on, let me see here. Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart in 40 count linen. Just a little under 4 inches when completely stitched and fully finished. Okay, so that's Brenda Gervais. Next, let me share with you Kathy Barrick's newest releases. She's got some really nice designs, as usual. This is her birth samplers. So you're going to get 2 charts, and each chart, one is for a boy and one is for a girl. This one is for the girl, and this one is for the boy. And each of these finish off at, there's no stitch count. Sorry about that. They were stitched on 40 count Almond Milk, and the boy was stitched on 40 count Thornfield from Needle and Flax. Just really sweet birth samplers. And then we have Kathy's beautiful brand new velvet to linen. This is absolutely stunning. Here is the original that she reproduced. And here is the cross stitch chart itself. This chart called Velvet to Linen was stitched on 40 count almond milk from Grace Notes Fabrics. It's just beautiful. Next, we have a beautiful stocking. This is called Quaker House Stocking and Sampler. If you remember correctly, she did a Christmas house or Christmas Quaker and Sampler. And then here is a close-up. You can kind of see the virtual photo that kind of shows you what it's going to look like fully finished. It's absolutely beautiful. This fabric is Fiber on a Whim wheat, and the stitch count is 173 by 447, and she stitched it on 40 count. So there it is again. I want a large. There you go. Whoa, that's too large. There you go. Right. Next is PK's moth. Just a sweet little moth, pretty blues, lots of pretty greens. This was stitched on Threadworks. Oh, this is part of the Threadworks collaboration where they're all using the same floss colors. So you can purchase, we do not sell the floss packs, but they are widely available. So you'll be able to pick up the floss pack. If I can get the floss packs while I'm there, I will certainly do so for you, but we'll see how that plays out. Okay, then we have For You, beautiful blue fabric. This fabric is by Needlepoint. It's stitched on 40 count sapphire using needlepoint silks, but she doesn't say who the sapphire fabric is made by. So I apologize for that, but there you go. And then last by Kathy Barrick is this beautiful sampler. This is called Affection and Duty. This was stitched on 40 count Molly linen from Grace Notes using needlepoint silks. So just a lovely sampler. Let me enlarge it, see if you can see a little bit better. Isn't that pretty? So those are Kathy's newest releases. Really looking forward to going to Nashville and seeing all the designers. I have to tell you, it's going to be a nice time. Terry, not so much. He's got to do all the carrying of all the boxes back to the car. All right, let's look at Pansy Patch. Right, so here we go. Pansy Patch, I think, has 5 or 6 new releases. This first one is Spring Garden at Cranberry Manor. Here is her pretty spring garden. Very pretty for spring, lots of pinks and reds, burgundies. This is 118 by 108 stitch count, and it was stitched on Shiloh linen by Needle and Flax, one strand of floss over 2. All classic Colorworks floss. DMC conversion is provided. And this is beautiful. Just look at how pretty this is, all in golds. This is called Honeybee Sampler. And here's a close-up. Beautiful. The floss that she used is by Roxy Floss. It's creme brulee. She got an 8-yard skein. It requires 3 skeins. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous sampler. And here it is again. Okay, this is going to be popular. This is a beautiful cross-stitch piece called Stitchery, a Stitcher's Tools. So there you go, all of the Stitcher's tools, needles and floss, scissors and spools, Stitcher's favorite tools with the tomato, not to be forgotten. And this has a stitch count of 131 by 114, stitched on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. There you go. Here we have her Spring Quilt Barn. Again, lots of pretty spring colors. Cute little wagon out front. Stitch count is 115 by 96, all classic colorworks floss, and it was stitched on 36 count ballet slippers, linen by Fox and Rabbit. Let me show you that one more time. Isn't that pretty? I really do love that wagon. Very sweet. Okay. Here is the Night Garden palette that we talked about a minute ago. This is Kathy's chart for that collaboration. The stitch count on this is 60 by 60. And again, the floss is widely available. And if I can grab the thread packs while I'm there, I will do so. And last is Pansy Patch's Friendship Blooms Manor. So this is a sweet little sampler. Friendship Blooms Between Saltbox Neighbors. 118 by 108, 36 count Shiloh by Needle and Flax. Here a close-up, very pretty chart. Lots of choices for all of you to select from. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to move along from Pansy Patch to her beautiful daughter, who has her own handle, which is Blueberry Ridge Designs. And here are her Nashville Needlework Market releases. The first one is going to be a new series. This is called the Potting Bench. And it's a little pillow, or she's finished it off as a little pillow. And it measures about 2.8 by 3.3 when stitched on 36 count Willow by Be Stitch Me. Then we have her cute Autumn Gathers. Isn't that pretty? We have some acorns, we have a moon, we have a pot of fall flowers. And this is stitched on 36 count Ale by Picture This Plus. Here's another close-up. Autumn Gathers. And this is her house on Pomegranate Hill. Very cute. This is stitched on 36 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. This is Hazel's Blackberry Burrow. So this must be Hazel, the little mouse. I like that very much. That's very cute. Let me tell you what this finishes off at. About 9 by 6. It's a nice little stitch. And then last is her very cute Oaks and Acorn Tart. Certainly gets you in the mood for fall, although it's cold enough here today, maybe not. Stitch count is 77 by 76, which is about 4 by 4. Stitched on 36 count Beige Gray by XJU Designs. And there you go. Those are all the new releases by Blueberry Ridge. Next, my sweet friend Paola from Puntini Puntini has some beautiful releases. I'm going to skip the pins for just a moment, show you the charts, and then we'll go back to the pins. This is her spring animals. So you have the rabbit, the lamb, the cow. This is stitched on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, Belfast Linen. I think I showed you guys this last week. House is not a home without books and plants. I did show this to you last week. So I'm not going to go through all the stitch counts. You can go back and take a peek. She has 4 samplers. I'll go through these very quickly. This is her new winter sampler. I love all the motifs. And then we have her summer sampler. Autumn sampler. And then last but not least is her spring sampler. So she has some lovely designs out. I encourage you to watch last week's episode number 1, where I go into more detail on everything. I don't want to hold everybody up. I know it is Sunday night and you've probably got a million things to do before the work week begins. Next is October House. Probably my favorite is Pear Fair. I love all of her fair charts. If you're not familiar, she's got quite a few designs called Fair. Let me see if I can show them to you real quick. Just because I think you're going to like them. So she's got pumpkin fair, she's got honey fair, she's got strawberry fair, and of course I'm showing you now is her beautiful pear fair. Gorgeous colors. This is stitched on 32 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. The stitch count is 93 by 70. It's just lovely. Lovely, lovely chart. Okay, and then here is her strawberry patch. Very, very pretty. Strawberry patch is stitched on something. Let me find it. 32 count parchment by Weeks Dye Works. Stitch count on that is 77 by 66. Okay, Americana White. Beautiful white work. Let me give you a close-up. It looks like back stitching, but it's not. I believe those are all single stitches. Could be back stitching, but I don't think so. Throat is dry. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about this. I know you're wondering. This, she has Americana red, and she also has Americana blue. You can search for those in the Etsy shop. Stitch count is 281 by 217. Stitched on 36 count vintage homespun by R&R Reproductions. Here's another close-up. Just lovely. Right. Now she has the Shepherd's Year. I assume this is going to be a monthly series. June and July are being released at Market. You can see June right here with the pretty navy blues, the pretty greens and whites. Each of them will measure approximately 63 by 78 stitch count. Classic Color Works floss on 36 count avocado linen by Fiber on a Whim. Just a beautiful June stitch. And then she also has July. I just love the shape. They're adorable. Oh, those patriotic colors have me aching for warmer weather. And then she has her Heartfelt Easter. Pretty Easter colors with the yellows and the purples and the pinks. This little chart measures 281 by 217 stitch count. I'm sorry, I think I have that wrong. It's 47 by 71, the stitch count, and it's 32 count Pistachio Frappe by Grace Notes Fabrics. I'm actually going to pull that over there so I can correct that listing. Okay, and last but not least, we have Faded Letters. Words spoken are light as air. Words written are always there. Just a beautiful sentiment. This lovely chart is got a stitch count of 177 by 213. But let me yeah, that's probably correct. Stitched on 32 count Molly Linen by Grace Note Fabrics. Okay, let's move right along. We only have one left, and this one just came in today. I just listed these. This is Antique Needleworkers. These are samplers. They're beautiful. And here we go. She's got a new collection. It's called a needle card collection. So you're going to receive the ability to stitch all of these cards. Here they are right here. And these are stitched on, I think it's perforated paper. This is 18 count white perforated paper. Each measures 2.5 by 3. I do not have this perforated paper in stock. I will try to get it tomorrow. I'll see if I can get it listed. I'm going to move this to the side as well. And if I can get that, I'll add the link for you so that you can just click that drop down box or click the link within the listing and purchase that if you would so desire. But isn't that nice? Very different. It's nice to see something different for a change. Here is her morning prayer. Give unto us, Lord, your grace for today. Lovely morning prayer. This is stitched. I don't have the stitch count on that. I don't know that she gave me stitch counts on these. MC Sampler. And let me see if I have this. I don't think. Oh, this one is stitched on 40 count aged linen by Dams of the Needle. Stitch count is 112 by 163. Another close up. Very pretty. This one aside so I can check that out. All right. Be loyal, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, which is our next holiday. We can't even catch our breath between Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day when it comes to stitching. We've got one on top of the other. Just a really fast, fun little stitch. Be ye loyal. This was stitched on 36 count Mad Hatter's tee from Dams of the Linen, 63 by 63. It's a cute little stitch. Then we have Mary Cook, 1847. Very pretty sampler. And Mary Cook was stitched on 36 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. Stitch count is 153 by 254. Very, very sweet. Okay. And then last we have Mary Wigton. Here's a beautiful little sampler. And the stitch count on this is 125 by 42, stitched on 40 count dirty teacup linen by Needle and Flax. So my friends, those are all of the newest releases that have come out this week. We have a lot of designers that we're still waiting for, including Plum Street Samplers, Heartstring Samplery. There's just many, many more to come. So please be sure to check back every week. I want to take just a moment and give you some deadlines so that you're aware of them. Cookbook deadline is today. If you haven't gotten your cookbook order in, please do so. When I go to bed tonight, I'll probably shut off the cart, because we got to get our orders in the morning. And I want to let you know that Friday, the 21st at 12 noon is the cutoff date to get all pre-orders in for what we're calling round one. What is round one? Round one is where I will be able to pick up all the orders in Nashville in person, okay? So that is going to be round one. Now, once we place our orders with the designer, as you can see, we have another 2 weeks or a week and a half before we actually arrive in Nashville. That still allows many of you to place orders or to place additional orders if you so desire. Now, what you have to understand is those orders are going to be considered round two. So if the orders are not in by Friday the 21st, that's perfectly okay. Round two is going to be placed. Those orders will be placed when we get to Nashville, and the designers will ship those items as soon as they get home, okay? So please understand that. Round one ends on the 21st. Round two, you can continue to shop to your heart's content. There's no end date, okay? Because even if we run out of something, we're going to go ahead and relist it because we know the designers, when they get home, are going to be sending things out as quickly as they possibly can. But just be patient because, when they get back, they've got a lot of work to do. So thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this very, very quick episode of Market Moments. And I hope to see you here next Friday for our final episode number 3. Until then, everyone, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. Have a great week ahead. See you later. Bye-bye.